Okay, let's talk about something we all know. That feeling. That stomach churning, late night cramming, hope I pass feeling. Yeah, I'm talking about final exams.
Are you stressed about school right now? Buried under a mountain of homework, dreading that next big test, just feeling that crushing pressure to get everything perfect? Well, you can relax. Just a little, because you are so not the first person to feel this way. Not even close.
In fact, students just like you have been dealing with this exact same academic dread for over 4,000 years. I'm not kidding. The nightmare of homework is older than the pyramids.
So, where did it all start? Where did this whole stressful school thing come from? Well, allow me to introduce you to the Edubba, the place we can all thank or maybe blame. The Edubba, which literally means tablet house, was the world's very first school. We're talking ancient Mesopotamia, around 2000 BCE. This, right here, is basically ground zero for student anxiety.
And hey, if you think you've got it tough with a spotty Wi-Fi connection, you've got to see the tech these kids were using. Let's call it the original tablet computer, the iPad made of mud. So check this out. Today, you've got your laptop, your pen, a delete key. Easy. Back then, your notebook was a literal slab of wet clay. Your pen was a sharpened reed you had to carve yourself. And your delete key, a bucket of water and a whole lot of praying. And making a typo? Oh, it was a disaster. You couldn't just hit backspace. You had to stop everything, grab some water, try to smooth over the wet clay without smudging the work you just did, and then start the entire line all over again. Imagine doing that for every little mistake. And what were they writing? Not some simple ABCs. They were learning Cuneiform, a super complex system with hundreds of different wedge-shaped marks you had to memorize and press into the clay perfectly. Yeah, no pressure, right? But if the clunky tech wasn't stressful enough, the classroom environment was intense. This was the era of cramming and, quite literally, the cane.
Just look at this list of things you could get punished for. Your handwriting is a little sloppy? Punishment. You spoke without being called on? Punishment. Stood up, showed up late, made a mistake on that awful clay tablet. You guessed it. The margin for error was basically zero.
And we know this because they wrote it down themselves. This quote comes from a real student's tablet that's 4,000 years old. The teacher read my tablet. He said, "Your handwriting is not at all good." He caned me. I mean, can you even imagine? That was just a regular school day in the Edubba.
But here's where the story gets really wild. There's this incredible, ironic twist to all of this struggle, all this pressure. It led to something nobody could have ever predicted: accidental immortality.
That very thing that made their school days an absolute nightmare, that heavy, clumsy, unforgiving clay. It ended up being the reason we know anything about them at all. Their biggest headache became our greatest historical treasure. Think about it for a second. Paper, papyrus, that stuff rots away and disappears over time. But these clay books, once they were baked hard in the Mesopotamian sun, they became nearly indestructible. Their homework assignments, their practice drills, even their complaints about their teachers. They were literally set in stone. This timeline really puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? 4,000 years ago, some poor kid is stressing out carving little wedges into a piece of mud. And now, today, we can pick up that exact assignment and read it, learning about their world from their own hands. It's incredible. Their struggle is how their story survived. So, the next time you're staring at your screen, stressing out about some assignment or deadline, just take a moment. Those Sumerian students left behind a physical record of their lives. And it kind of makes you wonder, right? In another 4,000 years, what's your digital homework going to tell the historians of the future about us?